What's up, y'all? It's been a long time since your man speak to you guys, about certain things. And I'm looking to get back to doing that. You know, I've studied a lot more so I can gain more knowledge, to be able to relate my information to you guys more clearly, you know. And today we're going to speak about just personal development, okay? This is a topic that been around for what I'm saying, aeons. It's important. It's been around for a long time, and um, you know, we have a lot of spiritual gurus, spiritual people that have spoken about it, that can constantly and continuously speak about it with a lot of their fans, their followers, right? And they teach every day these things. So personal development is very important. And nowadays, in this so-called new age, there's lack of it. Okay, nobody's really focusing on themselves anymore. Everybody's just on their outward chasing, okay, things that are really not good for them, but they're out here doing it, right? So, in order to bring these people back to themselves, we have to help to open up their minds, right? To 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 see the truth of the matrix, what's really going on out there. You know, my whole um, um, you know point of interest is it has been to bring individual back into their heart, right? Because a lot of people are not in here anymore. They don't feel nothing. Okay, and we should not confuse emotions with feelings. They're two different things. Emotion, feelings, thoughts, in the mind. They uh, well, mostly emotions, thoughts, and the mind work together, right? On a lot of different things. Confusing the hell out of you. But your feelings and your heart works differently. Okay, I'm gonna take a sip of my tea. You know what I'm saying? So nowadays, people don't feel anymore. They rely strictly off of emotions and thoughts and the mind. Okay, they are not in the heart. They are not listening to the heart. They are not listening to their gut feelings, to their intuition. They are not doing that anymore. It seems like this world is being created to pull people out of themselves. Okay, like to distract people from themselves. You know, they push fear. They push all these entertainment. Which is bonding minds. That's what that means. Um, and that's what it is. They put your minds in a box, and they carry you guys around with every new concept of medias they present to you guys. There's different ideas, there's different apps and stuff, and everybody jump on these new thing, right? There's a good side to it, and there's a really not so good side to it. I'm gonna use the good and not the other words that we given. And all these things is distraction to distract you from knowing that self. Okay, and this is what you came here for. You came here to this planet to know yourself, to understand yourself. You know what I'm saying? To be human. You know, this is called human being. It's something that you're being. Okay, it's not something that you are. It's something that you learn to be. You're a spiritual being. being of light, love. Everything outside of this body, outside of this 3D, or outside of this planet is spiritual, right? And most of the planets as well. Uh, so you're a spiritual being here having a human experience. That's what it is. That's what you are here to do, to become human. Um, and to experience all these different things. And yes, you need these experiences to remember yourself because you're here to remember who you are, what you are. Okay, but a lot of these distractions have pulled you away from knowing who you are, so you end up running around like sheeps, with the herd. Um, my alarm going off. With the herd um, being directed by these different social media, like that these social medias and these medias and people that own there, that everything. Um, they're like the shepherds. Okay, they are, and all they're doing is directing you guys which way to go, and watching your every move, everything you do, say, and they give you information they want to give you, and they keep away information they don't want you to know about, and all these things is happening right in front of your eyes, but you can't see them because you're too distracted by the 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 new ideas is what they call it, but nothing is new. That's not even most of the things they're giving us is not new. To say, we can say it's new, it's different, because we haven't seen it before. But most of these things they're giving you, the military already play with it. Seen it, touch it, gotten tired of it. This is 20 years later, and then they give it to you, and then you think it's, well, to you, it's brand, it looks new, but anyways, with the human mind. Okay, so self development is key here. We have to develop ourselves. We have to focus on us individually. You know, you get to know yourself through other individual, but you have to be mindful in doing so. Okay, to not get lost, because sex now is the driving force. They figure it out. They can control you with sex. Everything is sexual now. And you get caught up into that. You have no idea how draining that is to your energy and how you get lost into it, chasing the different individual for a physical and temporary fulfillment. Because that's what it is. It's temporary. Because you constantly seek more. The more you get, right? And the attention that most of y'all seek, it's incredibly sad. How people are jumping on social medias to look at views, likes, comments, to feed off of it. It is sad. If you take some of these people off of social media for a day or a couple of hours, they do not feel like themselves anymore. They don't feel like themselves anymore. They feel out of it completely, because their whole life is based on a fake and false reality with the social media that we have been given, and what they make you think is better to socialize easier. It does help, like I said, it's a good part of it, which it does help, especially for the ones that are in a distance. You know what I'm saying? It does help in that aspect of it. It helps because you can communicate with people. They got these video phone now, you can talk and call people. But a lot of these people are on the internet, and it's and it's building a lot of you know negative side of it because um, self-esteem is low, insecurity is high. Um, a lot of a lot of people don't know who they are. They don't know what they are. They don't know their purpose yet. They don't know how to reach into themselves to find a path that is best for them. They rely so much on social media and other people around them. They give zero attention to their heart, to the information that is coming from within, which is better for you. Okay, you know, we talk about God. That's where God speaks to you in the heart, not in the mind or the emotions. You know, it's from the heart. That's why I've been trying to get people to go back into the heart. Intuitive living. That's the whole concept of it. Empire 31. The Empire is spelled with a Y, not an I, in there. Um, so this is what it is, and filter. I don't do filter, as you can see. This is me raw and uncut. I don't do much editing, even though I could. But I'm gonna just be a little bit more clearer with my information when I deliver it, okay, to you guys, when I relate it to you guys. So self-development is key. We'll get back to that, right? You have to trust yourself. A lot of you don't trust yourself. That's why you rely so much on other people to help you make decisions, right? Uh, Important decisions are made off of what other people think, not how you feel about it. Okay? You never sat down by yourself and not overthink it and just look at the situation, because it's this, thinking is you seeing the different ideas, right? It's not you looking at it. Now you should ask yourself, who's in there looking at this information that you're saying, that you're trying to bring within your reality. But we'll get into that topic. But self-development is important. You have to, the steps you have to take, okay? You have to just stop reacting, stop moving, stop talking, what I'm saying? Pull back your energy and bring it into yourself. Okay? What if you have to go? You need to be taking walks too. Go out, do things, go into nature, spend time, do yourself by yourself without the phones. You want to watch, you want time, you want to look at time, take a watch, put it in your hands. And I'm not talking about the one that receives text messages and stuff like that. Nah, just a regular watch that you can tell time, so you can tell what time it is and stuff like that. That just let go of these technologies. To really develop yourself, to understand who you are, what you are, and what your purpose is. Because that's your purpose here, to find you, to understand you. And these manipulative individuals have tricked you into saying that you need to be involved with a lot of these different people. Go ahead and experience. You're young, go experience. They don't never explain to you, what do you mean experience? What am I experiencing and what am I gaining from it? What direction? They just tell you go out. Yes, you should be out and experiencing things and stuff, but your experience should not be something that you repeat. If you're repeating the same thing, you're not learning nothing. You just out here wilding out, or you just out here just going in what they call the flow. It's exactly how you're supposed to go with the flow, but you're not supposed to repeat the same things as you're learning through your experience. what sense does that make? You went through 4 years of high school, and then you said, I'm gonna go back through 4 years of high school, and then I'm gonna go back again through 4 years of high school. What's the purpose for that? You might have missed certain things along the way through those 4 years, you know, and you can learn that ahead of you. Everything's in cycle anyway, so it repeats in certain ways. You can learn that, but there's no purpose in going back. So your first 4 years, you should learn. Okay, you should pay attention to what you're learning, so you don't repeat it in the future. The past, the future affects the past, future, and present affects each other all the time. All the time. They're constantly interacting. The past, future, and present, your now. Okay? All the time. That never stops. It's a continuous thing that just keep going in circle. So you have to get to know who you are, okay? You know, how much love do you have for yourself? How much do you understand to understand yourself? How much respect do you have for yourself? How much do you value yourself? Do you know your self-worth? Okay? Do you have a plan? That plan might be altered by certain situation because God, the universe, the creator of all, has a specific plan. Within your plan, you know, within your free will to make changes as you go on, code creating with the oneness. So you have to ask yourself these questions and see these things, right? And know all the things that I named, and start working on it. You will not be successful doing that. Always always looking to be surrounded by people, individual. You know what I'm saying? To feel wanted. You should just want you. You should be comfortable with you. If you're not comfortable with you, how can you expect anybody to be comfortable with you? If you don't respect you, how can you expect anyone to respect you? No one can give you, or you can give anyone anything you do not have for you, or they don't have for themselves. The reason why there's a lot of hurt people out there, yes, we can talk about the trauma. That topic is deep, okay? Because there's a lot that go into that, and parenting, childhood experiences, all that stuff plays into that trauma bond, that destructive things that happen from when the child was from 1 to 7, that he or she recorded, you know what I'm saying? And when they hit 8, you know what I'm saying, the system has been put in place. And some people can channel that situation into a good thing, and some of them can channel it into a not so good thing. Okay? So they can be positive, influensive, and encouraging, and driven. They can do all the great things, and then some can channel that energy into doing destructive things to themselves and everyone else they encounter, because those individuals call it quits. They give up. They're just like, whatever, I'm about. And this is the thing. They say, I'm about me and getting mine, right? But Are they really about themselves? Because if they really care about themselves, they won't put themselves through so much destructive behaviors and acts, right? They won't do that. But because they lack the love for themselves, respect, they don't understand themselves, they don't know who they are, what their purpose is, so they just go out this being destructive. And yes, we need these individuals to help us become more humans. But that, concept or idea that is supposed to be meant to help us evolve for growth, it became the opposite of it. Um, my tea's getting cold. So, um, it is vital that we find time for ourselves to go within, to lock in on ourselves, right? Sit there with your thoughts. You have to meditate. You have to have quiet time for you with nobody around you. You know what I'm saying? And focus on you, your feelings. Get in touch with your feelings. Understand your feelings. Understand your emotions. Understand your thoughts. You know what I'm saying? See these different things coming in. When you meditate, you free yourself of it, but you allow it to be when they come through. And you just sit there with it, right? And you just sit there with it quietly. A lot you do not want to face your emotions. You do not want to face your feelings. And the feeling is honest with you. Truth lies within your feelings. Some truth slide into the emotions and the thoughts at times, but most of it is a bunch of mixed information, okay, and confusing information. So you have to find balance within your meditation state, not to be in control, because the more you try to control something, the more that thing controls you. Release your grips on trying to control things. That's a no-no. You will always lose to control. You can never win against control. Because once you think you are controlling something, that thing is actually controlling you. Simple as that. You know what I'm saying? And then and then to all these people that think that they're manipulating people or they're playing games and all that other stuff, that concept goes to this too. That same idea goes to this too, where you think you're manipulating people, and you're doing all this thing, but you have no idea that you're doing the exact same thing to you. Whatever you give out, you get back. You understand? That's just how the universe that you live in, that we all live in it and experiencing it in our different ways. That's how it works. That's the universal law. It will always be that. It's not gonna change for you. Okay? It's there for you to use. Utilize it the best way you can. Don't try to manipulate it, because every time you try to do something that is not so good, you get that exact same thing back in different forms, but it's going to teach you a lesson. So you as spiritual being here trying to become or look or being humans, um, you are constantly co-creating, as I've said in the beginning of this video, and you you know um, create. So I'm trying to put it in the right formation, the right words, right? When we speaking about heaven and hell, you create those two things right here. Okay, they're both. That's this two. That's the two. That's the parallel universe. Universe, right? That's what that is. It's a parallel universe. They're right by each other, and you can experience. You can choose to pull from this one to bring into your reality, or pull from that one to bring. It's your choice. That's why the free will is there. You know, sometimes God, the creator of all the universe, can intervene when you're staring the not so good direction, right? Just to kind of turn you around a little bit. You know what I'm saying? So that experience, heaven and hell, what do you think? Peace, happiness, joy, harmony, um, love, like all these things are heaven. Okay, and then hell will be the opposite of all of these things. Everything that is destructive to you is what hell is. That's something you create right here and you experience right here. It's not a golden place where you go. It's not a burning place that you go. It's a golden and burning place that you experience right here. Okay? Within this vessel, this body that you choose to come down in. Okay? To have this human experience. And this is amazing, man. But it takes time for you to experience these things. So, um, to put to align yourself with your purpose, you have to bring everything back to you and go within your heart. Okay, and that's where you need to go. That's where you need to go to find yourself. You're not gonna find yourself outward. If you go back and look at all the books that teaches you about self development and stuff like that, that's what it's called, self. It didn't say others development. It said self development. It didn't. It did not say people development. It said self development. Self love, all this stuff, it says self. This has nothing to do with selfish. No, no. Because all these gurus, people that have come around and say like that, they're not, when they develop themselves and they go within and they go study themselves and then they come out, teaching and stuff like that, you thought, some people probably thought they were being selfish by staying to themselves and stuff like that, but they were understanding what, who, and purpose for them here, who they are, what they are. They steady themselves. Know thyself, right? That's what they did. By the isolation and the solitude and such, right? And then they come back big, better than ever. You got to get to the point where you are affected by nothing. When you are affected by nothing, you have released control of something, or a lot of things, or everything. Right? So, and that's how the cookies crumble, man. And you really have to focus on you. You have to have goals and then complete the little ones bit by bit, and then it become habit, right? And then move into like a normal thing for you, normalcy, right? And then it just become freely done with not having to think about it, where it's like subconsciously being done now, where your subconscious have grab a hold of it and it just flowing. Just like you breathe, you don't think about breathing, you just breathe. Okay, and that's it. Okay, so we have to be very wise why living in this now and age, because there's a lot of things that's going on that you know we play ignorant to, or turn a blind face to, or mind to, however way you want to say it. But we have to step out of that though. We have to be better for ourselves, you know. So self development is being done for the collective. So it's not you being selfish when you stop and start developing yourself. You actually being human and touching and grabbing hold of your spiritual self, because spiritually we are all connected in one. Okay, this the idea of separation. So even with that solitude and stuff like that, you might be physically being separated, but energetically and spiritually there's no such thing. um, but back to the self-development thing, once you develop yourself, that information that you have collected, once you figure out, that's how all these gurus do, or they figure out themselves and they go and start telling you about it, and you will understand that everything links. We are all connected. So once they figure that out, like, you know, I'm walking into that. Um, Once they figure that out, they go and start telling you about it. Once they have learned and understand the bigger picture, because we all looking at this small pictures and stuff like that. We're just running with it. You know what I'm saying? So um, the bigger picture is what it is. Um, and we have to be wise. We have to be wise. We have to use our waste. I've been on here for a little bit now. All right, let me see what all the information is coming down. So I've been pushing love, to love yourself. Love is all that is real. Everything else is just an illusion, you know, for the sake of experience. It's you playing a trick on yourself. So the dream. I forgot how I said it, but you know what I'm saying? That's what it is. Like, you just, that one dreamer that is dreaming in all these different characters that are dreaming too. Okay? And just to have a big board of experience. Okay? So, you know, boom, the once, you know, separated itself, spread all over the place to experience everything. The universe is growing faster than the speed of light. Okay, because creation is happening faster than the speed of light. Okay, creation is happening all the time. It's not stopping. Okay, what you call death is a new beginning. What you call um, what you call the ending is new beginning. So they both are the same. Okay, they're both the same. You know, uh, death, birth, everything. They are the same. It just tricks you and put fear in your mind, and just like I should, man, I could just stay on here and just talk for days nonstop. Okay, Be- creation is happening all the time. What you call death is new beginning. So if a person thing die, what happened? There's just been rebirth. If a person is birth, what happened? There's something just died. Like some part of them died before that rebirth happened. So it's a constant thing that is happening. Birth, death, they're all the same. It's just new beginning happening constantly because creation is happening all the time. If you were having 72 or 70,000 plus thoughts a day, and then you gotta tell yourself that most of those thoughts are being repeated, obviously, and you have to tell yourself that that's the mind. You just tap into the mind. You're picking up stuff from the mind. Like everybody's on it, like the internet. That's what the mind is. But you're tapping into that constantly and creating, taking stuff, bringing it into reality, and so creation is happening all the time. So death is creation. It's another form of creation. It's another form of evolving. That's what it is. Death and rebirth is just evolving. It's growth. Growth is constantly happening. Even when you keep hurting yourself and repeating the same not so wise things, by your actions, you will still growth is happening still. Creation is still happening. Good or not so good, it's still happening. There's no stopping it. Okay? There's no stopping it. So when you think death stops it, no, it don't. It just rebirths something else. Just because you don't have knowledge of it doesn't mean it's not happening. Okay, now I'll give you this example too. When we talk about, nothing is nothing. How can nothing be nothing when nothing is something? Nothing cannot be just nothing. Nothing in itself is something. Run that back. I don't even know, man. But yes, you know what I'm saying? So, you can't, we can't grab onto a specific concept and just stick. Everything I'm telling you changes. Formulate. Constantly. Going on and on and on and on. Like I'm saying, like the universe, you're on this planet and you just focus on the materialistic things and you just, chasing all these things, and cool. I mean, it's cool for the experience, but you're not finding yourself. You don't know who you are, what you are, and most people are dying not knowing that and coming back and repeating the same thing in a different way, different body. You know what I'm saying? All this. When you die, you don't go and sit in heaven and wait for judgment day. That stuff is BS. Whoever, all that stuff is lies. It's just a bunch of lies. And then the hell, man, stop it. I already explained that. No. You go into another form of energy. I mean, everything is energy, right? You go into another form of energy to go experience whatever it is somewhere else in the universe or the universes. And you go somewhere else if you don't want to come back here and be human again or experience this, or you want to take a break from this, because this planet has been said to be the toughest place for souls to come and experience life. Okay, because you have to go through what they call heaven and hell. You have to go through the battle of fear and good and all that stuff. You have to go through that, and you have to deal with such thing as emotions, thoughts, and without understanding it. So you're not understanding it, build fear, right? Because you can't understand it, so you fear it. But that's just what that is. It's to me it's common sense, but it's okay. It took me a while to fully understand it. I mean, I always kind of knew, but wasn't sure what was going on. But now that I'm studying myself and just studying me, understanding how I work and how the heart works and how God, the creator, the universe, the soul, your spirit, how it works, right? How it moves things and how you create things. I'm getting a clearer vision of the big picture. Okay, so it's getting better for me as I keep working on myself. That's why I keep telling people to focus on you. You too busy on nothing, chasing people, wanting to be on the phone, the gossip. Dude, I got a lot of stuff to talk about. It's just like, and like I was telling you before in the beginning of the video, sex is the driving force now to manipulate you guys, to drag you further and further away from yourself because you know you're tying your spiritual strains to all these people you having sex with. You don't even know how powerful that is. Do you know that you bring another soul onto this planet doing that? You should sit in that and just think about that. Like when you have that sex with an individual, if you could just see the energy that is around you guys when y'all doing that, you know, you can feel it. All these chills, all the warmth, all everything that you feel when you're doing that, you can feel the energy if you are tuned to it. Because most of y'all just strictly go for the feelings down in this sacred area, and that's where your attention is at. But you're not really feeling what's going on. You can't just go and have this secret connection with a lot of people. You can't. You could. Now you can. You can, but you shouldn't. There you go. Let me restate that. You can, but you shouldn't do that because you're gonna be creating a whole lot of karma and hurt because these individuals that you choosing to sleep with because you're physically attracted to them and have zero feelings for them, and you somehow tap into some type of emotion, and you feel somewhat temporarily connected to them, but you think you connected to them, but you are connected to them because, like, you know, you got the spiritual strain that you can once you if you just being in a person energy for a long time, you start connecting strands too. And then when you do that physical thing that is so powerful, you guys don't understand. You can't. You're not supposed to just go do it with a lot of people. And they said experiencing. You have to know yourself. That's not how you know yourself. That's how you find your partners. All these different concepts they give you. You can know your partner without ever being physical with them. But like I said, sex is the driven force behind fear. So there's fear and there's sex. Fear is number one and then sex is number two. That's the driven force right now in this 3D that is pushing this everywhere. That is moving all the energy around. That's what's going on, if you guys didn't know. Okay? Love is on top of them. Those two are about down here just playing with themselves. Peace is there. Peace, harmony, they're all within love. All of them sitting in love. All of them in love. When you find love, you find harmony, you find peace, you find understanding. You find everything once you find love. Everything's in it. That's the apple you need to bite off for, constantly. And the tree of knowledge, good. Anyways, self-development. You have to read a lot. You have to research a lot about the self, about you. You have to understand you. You have to spend a lot of time with you. You have to test out some, situation with you, and with other people too as well, because we're all one. We're all here helping each other, you know, co-creating constantly, like I've said. So we all here working as a unit for the highest good of mankind. Some are you know, going different direction with it, but it's still part of the whole spiritual joining that we are on, right? And we all pave our own ways, and we believe that's what it is. Believe, and we run with it, okay? And we get lost, you know. I mean, you should just know how lost you are when you not feeling yourself, when you constantly emotionally in turmoil and scattered. You know that you're not aligned with your true nature, your true self. You know, it's supposed to be peaceful. It is peaceful, not supposed to be. But you're not that because you're struggling in the physical aspect of life, and you chasing that, being influenced by people, you know. But hurt, pain. We'll talk about all that stuff because all these people are just teachers of life, okay, and that's including you. We are all just teaching each other about life. So the concept of hating, resentment, bitterness, hate, like I said, hating, but hate, one of the, all these different things that they speak about. It's all a trick to just keep you bond trapped in a mental state, prison. And you think that you getting back at an individual or whatever the idea that they throw at y'all, at us out here, man. It just does not work. It does not work because all you're doing is creating more of it. Okay, for yourself too. So I'm gonna leave it there because I gotta get some stuff done. But it's we gotta wake up. We have to wake up. It is not a safe route. It is not a better route because the route that we should be taking is not that way. It's this way. And we have to understand that. To understand it, by first coming within, and then gaining all this knowledge and understanding and bringing it out to experience it with others, and teach, help. That's what your experience should be for, But we are all, chasing the not so good things and then feeding that information to other people that are coming out, and that's how we destroy the generation that's coming after us. That's why it's so important as parents to do the right things, to show the kids the right things from 0 to 7, because that is their window of being systematically programmed. In those 7 years, they're going to gain and learn everything they can, and then implement majority of that after that age. Because now they just think that's how life is, and you just have to accept it for what it is. You can't make the changes, which is false. You can always make changes. That's what creating is about. Creation is about constantly growing, making changes. You don't stay the same. I mean, most of you are doing the exact same thing over and over. Because that's what back to the 7 years probably programmed like that. Or, and then you come from 8 to 13, that's when you really go into beast mode. From 8 to 13, when you start putting puzzle together. Once you are 13 and you hit 14, it is almost it's difficult to get out of it. Once you reach 14, then once you took that from 8 to 13 and then you hit 14, whoo. So it goes into phases, right? And then from 13 to like 21, I don't even want to go into that. But anyways, or from 14 to 21. Yeah, it's different. It's different. It got cold, but oh well, it's cool. Hey, we 51 minutes in. Thank you for watching the video. If you watched it to the end, self development is key. Understanding yourself is key. Loving yourself is key. Respecting yourself is key. Knowing your value, your worth is key. Focus on that and not other people. You know, because all that you have, once you get back out there and start connecting, you're gonna start finding your tribe, meaning people that match your energies, and you will surround yourself with people that you are in the same energy or matches your energy, you know, and then you're gonna grow in a different way, different form, and life will get a lot greater for you. It's gonna be way better because you're gonna see how you're gonna start moving. You're gonna see how you think, how you act, how you behave. Be is what you're doing, and then you having these things, and you creating these things, and you behaving. Behavior is key, man. We're gonna get into that too. You know, and then you feed that stuff to the lovely people that you meet. Everybody are kings and queens. Everybody are gods and goddesses. Okay, you are not the one, but you are gods and goddesses. You guys didn't get it when I say I'm a god. I'm a god because I'm part of the oneness, which we are. Okay? Never and ever will not be that. No matter how you want to see it, you are gods and goddesses. Okay? You are co-creators. You will always be that. That will never change. You know, and I will tell you, look around you and tell me what you see that didn't come from the mind or someone created it. You know, we're constantly doing that. Okay, we never stop creating. It's just what we do. That's being human. Okay, so love yourself, care for yourself, and never ever allow any energy to treat you how you do not treat yourself. You know, and I'm gonna go into the whole idea of respecting, like, and I said in this video too. Never allow anybody to treat you how you don't treat you, or you won't treat you. Okay. And if an individual do not expect people to respect you, don't let them just do it. If they don't, it is okay. Do not pressure or force anybody to respect you, to love you, to care for you, to give you time, to do anything for you. Don't expect nothing. That's a trap. That's a form of trying to control something. Again, just let it be. And if there are, uh, uh, if they fit your puzzle, which you have a lot of pieces to, if they fit it, let them plug themselves in. If they fit, you let that puzzle stay in. If it don't, detach from that, or detach that puzzle and peacefully walk away. This fake idea of being tough and gotta stand up for myself and all that stuff you're doing, standing up for yourself is walking away, saying nothing, doing nothing, just being something more greater. That's it. So, um, expectation, you know, uh, is a path to disappointment. Being hurt, feeling hurt. It's not really feeling hurt, it's just you acting hurt. Offer, once again, emotions, because your true feelings will tell you it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. That was just an experience to teach you what you like and you don't like. Your emotion, on the other hand, will tell you, nah, forget that. He or she hurt me. I gotta get back to her. And obviously, that's the ego speaking. And they'll tell you, yeah, let's get it. Da 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 da. Blah 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 blah. All this crap that you're thinking, right? And then you're in your emotions. That you see, that's why you have to be. When I keep saying, you have to be emotionally mature. Anyways, there are two different things. Your feelings will tell you. Your feelings is from your soul, your heart, your guts. Will tell you it's fine. Nothing is wrong. It was a great experience. What did you learn from it? How can you be better so that does not happen again? And once again, it's how can you be better so it doesn't happen again? Now, what can you do? Remember, um, and that's it. Okay, self control. You know, um, there is a lot that goes to that because once you grasp these concepts and these ideas, these information about yourself, you be around people a lot more freer. You become more free. You become more peaceful, more humble, more relaxed, more happy, more joyful, and you tap into all these great energies that you're supposed to be experiencing here as human being. Because you're a spiritual being, you already know all of this, and you're just trying to remember it while being human. That's all that is. Um, and it's greater. Okay? So you have to know you first. You can't know anyone without knowing you. So, back to how I was just telling you, your emotion will tell you that this person is disrespecting you. This person, I've been there. I had to learn that too. Everything I'm telling you, I had to learn it. That's what I'm telling you. Your emotion will tell you, I'm being disrespectful. Oh, he hurt me. She hurt me. Or, he cursed me. She cursed me. You have to understand these people that are doing these things do it to themselves. all the time they're cursing out themselves. So them cursing you out, saying it, saying, okay, them cursing you out, let's just leave it at that. It's what they do to themselves all the time. So you trying to react to that, it's just feeding into what they're already comfortable with. You're making or doing you're making no difference. You're just adding to the fuel on the fire that's already there. Most of these people, like I said, there's a lot these people been through, that has not been healed. So they're in a don't care mindset, where it's like nothing matters. Nothing much matters. They just don't. You know what I'm saying? So, the concept of hurt people, there's a lot of hurt people. That's why self-development is so key. And I'm going to be pushing this all year long too. It is vital, essential. It is beyond important that we develop ourselves so we can create the world that we actually want to live in while being human. Yes, the negative part helps us because we grow through suffering, struggles, pain and stuff like that. That's where we grow the most, right? So we need it in a sense, okay? But how much of it do you need to keep repeating the same thing over and over? You don't need that much of it to keep repeating the same thing over and over. It just does not make any sense to do that. Alright, so I'll go back to that again. Love yourself, care for yourself, take time and care for yourself. Get rid of the dependency, the validation, the expectation, the what people think, what people will think, looking to be something that you're not, and the list goes on a whole bunch of things that you just need to X out. They serve no really good purpose. I mean, most of the things is man-made, because when you give your attention to certain concepts and ideas within the mind, you're gonna create a lot of it in the reality, and it's gonna affect a lot of people. So, everything you guys do is affecting everyone. Now, I'm not gonna say you guys. Everything we do as collective, everybody, every action, every word you speak, every ideas you come up with, everything you do affects everyone. You're not in your little bubble in here where when you do that thing and it just affects you and whatever that person that you have a problem with or whatever the situation is. It does not just affect just y'all in that bubble. You have created that and it's spreading out, affecting everybody else around y'all. And that goes on growing. Unless we start putting out more positive things so it can outgrow those things. It's gonna continue growing because everything you speak out, every action you take, everything you do, affect the collective. Human behaviors. Anyways, your boy's done. I gotta get some work done. But I thank you guys if you stayed this long, because we're an hour into this, and I gotta do more of these videos because I gotta get back to it. I slipped off a little bit, but I'm gonna get back to it, and we're gonna. You gotta look out for me. There's more to come. I'm not gonna be doing much editing, because to me, you have to be a specific way to get information out. It's just like you don't have to do all these extra stuff, yo. You gotta edit the video, filter it so it can be a little bit more professional, and all these extra stuff. That's the only time. What is most important is the information being delivered to you. Because when you go back and you watch some of these important videos and people speaking, that videos is horrible. But what is not is, anyways, it's how you look at it anyways. You know what I'm saying? Because if you, like I said, these different ideas affecting a lot of your attention on good things. So even if you are giving good thing, you still look around that good thing to find some negative thing to pull to you, instead of you just taking that good thing and enjoying it and breathing through it. You cannot focus on just that. Some people will look at the video and start looking all in the video to find something to talk about. You see what we have created? Perfection is not real here. Okay? That's why you're here, learning. Nobody has walked this planet that was perfect. Ever. No book can tell you that. None. And none. Everybody went through the same struggle. They just chose to deal with it differently than what you choose to deal with it. That's it. They just took a different route instead of the other route. Those are the ones that woke up. Those are the ones that woke up to themselves. Okay? Yes. The editing and it's at times have its importance, but that should not be the main focus. I focus not on the editing or when I'm listening to information. It's not how bad the audio is. It's how I can handle it, and how I can gain the information from it that I can utilize within my life, or people that are being brought to my life, or that I'm attracting in my life. That's what I focus on. First, I focus on attaining the information, understanding it, and then using it to my understanding as much as possible, and then I share that information out, because that's what it's a recycle. It's just something that you're keeping for yourself. It's something that you learn, understand, know it, and then share it. It goes on and on. Okay? So I could do that video thinking and all that other stuff. But as long as I keep the video clean and clear, and the audio is good, it's 2022. That's all that matters. Trying to filter stuff to make me look light skinned or brighter or all this extra stuff, or to me it's just insecurity is low. Self-esteem is pretty wacky. If you thinking, what will people think, what will people say, what will people do, all this, why don't you just stop? Deliver your information, and people will. It doesn't matter how perfect you think that information is. You're gonna have individuals that in that perfect information thing that you've done, they're gonna pick it out and find something about that information. I don't know, that might be loud. About that information that's imperfect. All the time. All the time. They never stop. These individuals are here for that reason. They never stop. They will never stop. They will always find something in your video to say. They will always find something in your music. They will always find something in movies, in everything to say. Like we all do. We critique. Some is good. Is constructive criticism, and some is just flat line criticizing people because it's coming from a place of insecurity, jealousy, envious, and hate because they don't have what you have or they can't do what you do. And we all different here. And you guys have talent, skills, knowledge, information that most of these people that you follow and stuff don't have, that you should be sharing with them. Most of y'all have stuff I don't have, can do things I can't do because I'm not meant to do it. That was your gift. You came in this world with your hands like this with all your gift in it. Talking about when you were born. Birth. The beginning of something new. You came with your fist closed. All your gifts was in there. All of them. The talents and everything was given. You came out the womb, which is the universe too. The universe is a big womb that is constantly birthing stuff. Constantly. Okay? So, let's get on it. Alright? I love you guys. Love and light to all of you. Be blessed, and stay strong. Keep your mind right and work hard on yourself. You're gonna attract the people that meant to stay in your life. Everybody are not meant to stay in your life. So work hard on yourself to attract the individual that's supposed to stay in your life. These karmic soulmates that come in your life and cause havoc are meant to be there. You guys sign this contract to come down here and learn this lesson. You just have to learn lessons and don't repeat any of it. That's it. That's the purpose for it. Most of them are not meant to stay in your life. What they call backstabbing, sabotaging, betrayal, all these things. When I say gossip, envies, and all that other stuff, anyways, they're all just lessons, man. They're nothing else but just lessons being taught to you. You just have to learn it and then grow from it. Never hate anyone. Never dislike anyone. Never hold no resentment. Never hold no bitterness. Never hold nothing negative. Remember, holding these things is hurting you. And if you're comfortable with that, that's okay. If that's the experience you want, that's okay. You can absolutely do whatever you want with it. It's on you. But just know that happiness will not be a home. Happiness will not find home with you. And when it does come in, it ain't gonna sit there. It's just gonna hover temporarily, and then boom, it's gone because you're not in the energy to hold it. You don't have space for it. So it doesn't stay. It just come hover over you a little bit and then like a cloud it goes. Invisible cloud it goes. It's all invisible anyways. You know what I'm saying? You just feel it. Anyways, I love y'all. And I got a lot more to talk about and we're gonna communicate. We're gonna get the information out. I have to stay consistent in doing these videos and just speaking like this. This is long, but it's great. I'm gonna post this on my YouTube channel, Intuitive Living, and you guys can go and check it out. And stay tuned. There's more to come. You know, this is my purpose. I'm supposed to be doing this. This is what brings me joy. You know, like, you know, and I'm constantly, continuously studying everything in myself through it, right? How do I, you know, grow through it? How do I face it? How do I go? How do I learn? All that every day. Never stop. Okay. Know that self. Master yourself. I'm not trying to gain followers to follow me. I'm trying to get your attention to bring you to you, not to me. I don't want nobody following me. Like nobody, we are nobody masters. You don't have gurus, master that you go to. No, these individuals are to help you find you, so you can go help other people find themselves, and that's how it goes. Not to stay like a sheep following, you know, the checkerboard all over the place. No. You a goat. We are all goats. They keep telling you bad thing about goat, but who the greatest of all time? What do they call them? Don't they call them goat? These dudes, it's different, right? We supposed to create masters, not followers. Anybody is telling you to follow them, do not follow them. That's a sign you should know that you should not follow that person. Nobody should tell you to follow them. If I say follow me, it would be just to come to share the information. That's it. Not follow me as of, oh, I gotta come to this guy forever. No, come to me, get the information you need to get, study that information, understand that information, see what you can take from that information that works for you, and go master it within you and learn that, prepare yourself, and then look to teach other people. So you become master of yourself, and you, with the information we give you guys, or I'm gonna give y'all, because this is what I'm gonna think. I'm gonna tell you guys this, and then you take that and go create with it for you, for your kids, your family, and for people that you're gonna encounter on this journey called life. Not to stick around. No. You're not sticking around. You're supposed to. We create masters here, master of selves here, so they can go and master or teach other people to master themselves. So we all teach each other to master ourselves. We don't try to gain people or to control people by calling people in and trying to have them follow you, and you have this whole thing because a lot of these gurus and people feed off that energy and that egoistic energy, that what they call devil energy, you know, to steal souls, and not steal, you're just manipulating souls. Or anyways, yes, we don't want none of that done. No, I no. My heart would not allow the idea of wanting people to be following me around. Like, no, you come to me, you get the information, you study the information. If you got questions, if I can answer, I answer, and blah blah, stuff like that. And then you go about your business and start living your life after you understand it. And if you got questions, you can still come back. But I want you to be master of self. Not to have someone as master, as you know, you put them on this pedestal. No, No. When I call myself a king, I'm a king of myself. For the people, for the collective, not to control or oversee, but to help from. So I do it not from the top looking down, but from within looking out. You know what I'm saying? So that's it. Anybody wants to stay on the top and look down at you, that's not your master. That's an individual that is greedy, the hungry for power. The person that will sit with you, you know how, the concept of Jesus is incredible too because he will sit with the people, right? Um, the Christ conscious is just consciousness, by the way, and then he sits with people. The idea of having 12 follow you, that number 12 is very incredible. Look it up. Um, he said, okay, I want all these people to follow me. And it said, he says, follow me, I'm the way. He said, it's showing you the way. To change all these words out and then to make you feel like Jesus is telling you to go worship him and da 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 da. None of that stuff is not what he was saying. Why would he say that and then say, know thyself? But most of y'all don't read the book. And when you do read it, like I said, the concept you got in your head, the idea you have in your head is what you have been taught. Not what you took from in here. It's what has been taught to the people that taught you and the people that taught them and the people that taught them, and then it just goes on. That's just what it is. It's an ongoing thing. And if you don't break the cycle, you're just gonna keep going through it, that loop. Over and over teaching your kids the exact same mindset. You were taught that. You were not born with that. Not born with it. You didn't come in here with a book. You came in here with all your gifts, invisible, but you can feel them. And create masters to master themselves so they can create more masters to master themselves so they can create more masters to master themselves so they can create more masters to master themselves so we can all so we can have all masters of selves. That's it. I'm done. Love you guys. Love and light.